Samurai, highly trained, highly disciplined, and highly vulnerable to getting shot. Total War Shogun 2. A game where the only thing more powerful than 100 guys with guns is Christianity. Because today we're going to be taking over Japan without declaring a single war. All by the power of a dude with a Bible and a whole lot of money. Also, small update, I'm buying a house. So you might see more sponsors on this channel in the coming months for the simple reason of money. Because the housing market is fucked. But potential economic recession out of the way, back to the video. So welcome to Total War Shogun 2, a game that combines my two favorite things of samurai and samurai with guns. Because today we are going to be destroying all of Japan without declaring war. And we're going to do it by going in a new campaign with the power of Christianity. So up here we have all of the different clans in Japan in Shogun 2's campaign, but all the way on the right side is the Otomo clan, which are the only clan that start out as Christians. They also are the only clan that start out with guns. So there's a whole intro, but I'm gonna give you a quick summary. Basically things were going pretty well, you know, everything was okay in Japan. And then the Portuguese showed up.
Kneel before God.
TLDR, we're now Christian. So our starting position is all the ways in the top left corner of the map is kind of flat, on the left side of the map. And as Christians, it only makes sense that we brought with us the great Christian tool of conversion, and that is not the Bible, it's a gun. We start the game with 2 cities, and our religion up here is, well, not Master Gunners. I'm American, that's my religion. Our religion is Christianity down here, and we are the only Christians on the entire map in all of Japan. Now, as part of being the only Christians, if we go into our diplomacy, people do not tend to like us for that reason. But it does give us a unique benefit that we can use to screw over everyone else. So first, we just want to secure an alliance with these guys, because that's going to keep them on our side. These guys are indifferent right now. I've mapped out the build. I want to ask them for an agreement next turn. And then over here, we have our missionary, and he is going to be sent all the ways up here because we are at war with all of these guys and all of these guys. The other things we're gonna wanna build instantly is a chapel, and then we're gonna follow that up with a second chapel, as well as demolish this archery dojo down here because we just don't really need these bow samurai. Next thing we need to do is start moving all of our units up here to Buzz Lightyear, and then we are going to also recruit just a few more units, some Yari, Ashigaru, as well as try and stabilize the public order in most of our other places. If you've seen my main channel video on Shogun 2, in that I was playing Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai, which is far more in relation to guns than it is in terms of samurai. This being the main campaign changes a ton of stuff, especially in terms of technology as well as growth. So if we go into these towns, they do have a whole bunch of wealth that we do want to build up over turn to increase our tax income. Now, before someone says, wait a minute, why don't you just do that whole tax exploit you did last time? It's different in the normal campaign than it is in Fall of the Samurai, and I have a whole comment about it explaining why. We're also gonna wanna go into our Master of the Arts, which is essentially our research tree, to try and get Essence of the Spirit to increase our success chance of our missionaries. The normal thing that they do is that they just slowly convert populations to Christianity, but that's not what we care about. As a matter of fact, we want as few enemies of us to be Christian as possible. We also need to go over here to Sagara and do military access for both of us, and they are going to accept that immediately, which is fantastic. And there we go. The Word of God quest is done, and that is also going to give us the fantastic ability to recruit a second missionary. And for our first missionary, we want him to come over here to the people we're at war with, and you are going to see that they've got well, actually, we can't see it right now. It might be a little bit up here, but they have a pretty massive army. So instead of actually spending the effort to try and fight these guys, we're just gonna incite a revolt. Now, the reason we can do this is because we are Christian and they are mostly Buddhist. And as long as we have a religious difference, we can use missionaries to incite revolts, which essentially, it's gonna fail this first time, but that's okay. We could basically just keep doing this for a pretty low cost. All right, so they're bringing their military out to try and fight us, but we're just gonna try and incite another, there we go. So now we're gonna get some beautiful, beautiful Christian rebels rebels that are gonna spawn, and they're just gonna start ramming their heads into the armies over here. We're also gonna send our other missionary on his way to the other people at war with to just do the same exact thing. All right, so it looks like they killed the first group of Christian rebels, and the AI gets a ton of cheats at the beginning of the game on Shogun, but we're just gonna go and try and incite another revolt. We're also gonna start trying to incite revolts over here on these guys' army, and basically all around, we're just gonna start trying to incite Christian rebels everywhere. All right, so we're gonna be able to level up our missionary and get a +2 when converting provinces. That's really, really good. And then we're also gonna wanna just put points into these two, which they don't really do a whole lot. They just help with conversion. But what we really wanna get is agitator to increase our ability to incite unrest. And because we're Christian, unrest means full-blown rebellion with guns. And now we're up to 50% chance of inciting a revolt. There we go. Another Christian rebels is probably spawned right over there, and we'll try and do the same exact thing there, but we're just gonna keep grinding away at this until we can finally incite a rebellion. The beginning of our game is mostly trying to defend Busan over here because it is going to get assaulted eventually by a ton of enemy troops. All right, unfortunately, it looks like they're gonna come out and attack us with their full army, and we do not have nearly as many troops as them. We're gonna have to fight off a considerably larger army with whatever we have. Siege battles in Shogun are incredibly fun, first of all, but also very, very defender-sided. Although we are massively outnumbered, it is not impossible for us to win this, and we're gonna need to do it by using these beautiful guns, but also just fortifying all along the massive walls here on the fortress. I am just gonna start the battle because they start pretty far away, and I want to know where all their units are, so they're putting pretty much everything on this side, so we will respond. We do have some reinforcements that are coming in all the ways back here. Yeah, I think they're gonna want to sit this out mostly. Okay, I've set up most of my guys all along the walls here, and you can see that the walls provide a pretty big defensive advantage, and archers are very good at the beginning of the game of Shogun 2, just because they can arc. They also have a lot further range, and they do a ton of damage. I mean, if they actually land their shots. Over on the other side, we're hopefully gonna be able to hold, just trying to cause as many casualties as possible before they even hit the walls. The gunners aren't so good at damage in the beginning of the game. They're a lot better at just scaring people. It turns out that when you've never even heard of what a gun is, getting shot does get a little scary. As opposed to Total Warhammer 3, where units just kind of materialize ladders, the units in Shoguns just climb up the walls themselves. Sometimes they fall and die, but you know. All right, we're sort of holding on most of our fronts over here. This is probably gonna be a pretty problematic area because there are so many units climbing up here. Our bow Ashigaru aren't that amazing, so we do want to try and pull as many of them off the wall as possible so they can just keep shooting while our samurai and other guys start actually fighting. For the most part, though, they are sort of running out of units on some of these sides. They have mostly bowmen over here. This one unit of Yari Ashigaru has kind of made the trek like an absolute tank. Oh my god, we actually broke almost all this. This is huge line of units running away. The frightening part is that all of their bowmen are still firing at us, and they still do a metric ton of damage, because in Shogun, everything has almost 0 HP. You get hit once, instant death. I'm curious if they're just gonna run into my full spear wall here. I don't know if, oh yeah, okay, that is a very bad idea from them. The Yori Ashigaru are the goats of pretty much every Shogun campaign, because they are just so strong. Okay, we are somehow actually winning this, it seems. Where are all of my gunners? Our bowmen are running out of ammo, but see, when they try and climb all the ways up these really tall areas, yeah, not all of them are so fortunate to actually make it to the top. Their general's also on his way, and okay, I've seen this before. Maybe someone in the comments can explain why they have these wind bags sort of on their back. I know there's a practical reason for it, I just don't remember what it is. All right, sweet. It looks like their entire army is gonna rout. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can remount my general and then just try and hunt down theirs. Oh wait, there he is. He's the last guy. Yeah, you know, the balloon on your back is not helping you in terms of trying to stay under the radar from my cavalry charge. Winning this is going to help us tremendously in trying to take over their city over there, or more importantly, really, I mean, we don't need to take it over. We could just let our Christian rebels do it. Actually, it probably makes sense to just come out here and try and preempt them so they can't reinforce at all. And we're just gonna auto-resolve that, lose 0. I don't actually know what the calculation is for auto-resolve, but I mean, if it works for me, it works for me. Upgrade our general to give him a, let's see, probably +1 to command when attacking on land, and give him a little bit more campaign movement range as well. All right, now we should also be able to come over here and incite a revolt on this city too. Okay, no. Well, either way, I'm just gonna ignore the Christian rebels and probably do this myself because this might actually force us to fight the Christian rebels. We are gonna peacefully occupy the town. Okay, yeah, I think I am gonna have to fight the very same Christian rebels that I incited. My bad, guys. That's on me. I will give them compensation by building a church. All right, guys, I'm literally building the church. You don't need to siege me down. Oh my God, no, I made a mistake. I deployed my guys outside the walls accidentally. Or I think they're gonna get killed by light cavalry. Okay, yes, I definitely made a slight mistake in positioning. A continuous and consistent lapse in judgment that has resulted in the deaths of, actually, wait, I think I just killed the general. Yeah, unsurprisingly, when I have, 5 groups of archers that are just hailing arrows down, not even caring about friendly fire. Yeah, they're not surviving for very long. If they want to try and siege down my castle, they are more than welcome to try, albeit clearly not very hard. Say goodbye to Christian rebels and say hello to Christian rebels. All right, that is a 3rd level up for our guy over here. So now he is going to get zeal when inciting unrest. This should help us increase the chances of all of our unrest actions and just make us able to basically spawn giant armies anywhere in the world. And another siege battle back at this city again. I hope you get used to these because we're gonna be fighting a lot. All right, the scariest part of this is they have a ton of Yari Ashigaru, but also they have bow samurai over here, and these guys are not gonna mess around, although hopefully we can just shoot them. If we can't rout the guys in the front, we are gonna be in a ton of trouble, although I'm hoping the bow samurai just stand back because they're really good at shooting bows, that's true, but honestly, if they ran into melee, they'd be a lot scarier. Okay, somehow we're holding the walls over here. They are kind of getting up relatively quickly, which I do not like, but as long as their bow samurai stay outside, we have, oh my God, we have just killed so many of these guys in the front. The guns are helping tremendously at just routing units for the most part, and I think we could actually just return our guys straight to the wall. Oh, their generals are trying to get involved. I think we're actually gonna start running out of ammo. Oh wait, we are all out of ammo of most of our archers. I think that is a win, which is kind of surprising. That was a meat grinder. We traded 2 to 1 and only lost 2 groups of units. Although actually losing any groups of units is kind of unfortunate right now because we can't really afford to replace them. Okay, Christian rebels, go away, die. Wait, did he just kill himself? I mean, I guess that figures considering the Christian rebels walk into the Christian city thinking, oh, right. This is a fantastic event, plus 100% research speed for our economic stuff on this side, which is amazing. We do need to get our daimyo's honor up. He is unfortunately only 2 honor, which is going to give us, yeah, Christian is a -1, but we do want to get up to a base level of honor because it is going to help us make sure that people, okay, I was going to say make sure that people don't hate us. It appears we've greatly failed on that part. Also, getting essence of the spirit art is going to give us another 10% chance of our inciting, which is fantastic. And wow, I did not realize how many units they lost in that fight. Goodbye. Oh, our general's gonna level up again, which is kind of crazy. Now, in the middle of over here is a faction that is basically allied to us. I mean, they're not very hostile, but that doesn't stop me from still trying to incite revolts in their lands too. All right, and now that our neighbors are busy doing other stuff, like fighting all the Christian rebels over there, we can just show up over here, take the settlement, and get rid of them forever. We could make them a vassal, which the only good part of that is that it would also give us an honor, but we are gonna have another way to get honor back, so I'm just gonna occupy. Oh, and now another war is gonna get declared on us, this time from the guys to our right, and I keep getting raided by these dudes. They just keep slicing up my stuff. I don't even know how they're still alive. Oh my God, their army is just Yari Samurai. I feel I've made a mistake. All right, I've done my best to set up on the hill over here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat Yari Samurai because these guys are so much better than all of my units. I will put my guys into a wall formation, but we're gonna need to do some serious casualties in order to not just instantly lose when they get up here. All right, Yari Ashigaru, it's up to you. As long as they can just keep them at bay. Oh my God, wait, they're barely taking any casualties at all. Are we doing this? They've charged head first into the wall, and I mean, it's really not doing them any favors. Wait, we've actually done it. They ran into our spear. Wait, did their general die? Well, if he wasn't dead before, he's probably gonna be dead now. Okay, look, I'm no Napoleon, but holy crap, I knew these Yari Ashigaru were good, but I didn't think they were good enough to just hold off 6 groups of samurai good. It's kind of like how in evolution that given enough time, everything turns into crabs. Given enough time, all warfare turns into who has the longer stick. 68% chance to incite a revolt. I don't mind if I do. And now for our 4th missionary. Thank you very much. And we'll bring another missionary down here to also just try and do random crap. Whoa, my son found a wife. Even though he really doesn't look like he's the kind of guy who would ever find love. Which is fairly convenient because our leader is 47, so he'll probably die at some point. I believe if I'm thinking of Shogun 2 right, your leaders can die of old age. So right now what we're doing is mostly just trying to centralize all of our stuff, but also to recruit Nambian trade ship. This boat is the best boat in the game, and it's not even close. And only we get access to it. It will cost about $4,000 to actually get up to that point, but trust me, it is insanely worth it. All right, revolt number 2. This guy is technically my ally. We just keep causing more revolts. Also, he is getting up to be pretty high level. Toledo's sword, a man of God should not be an unarmed fool. I was about to say, what is this guy's name? And then I realized I'm just gonna call him Albert. And Albert is becoming quite the agitator. Now he's got +4. I don't know what his chances are now, but they should be cracked. So now that we have the $4,000, we can build the non-bond quarter, and that is going to let us start really cranking up all of our trade. Because around the map, there are all of these different kingdoms here. So you can see there is up here the Korean kingdom we can trade with, the Chinese Empire we can trade with, Indonesia, Anami, and the Yurchin. By escorting trade ships here, they are going to give us a pretty solid amount of income. And the non-bond trade ship, you know, it might say trade ship. That is extremely misleading. All right, revolt number 3. Give it up for revolt number 3. I'm pretty sure they're getting tired of this now. It's just, what's our relations with these guys? You know, they're only unfriendly. Oh, and that is another revolt in a place where there is no garrison, actually. And another siege battle. This one with even more samurai. Wow, that is... Okay, that is a lot of samurai. All right, so I have a little bit of a strange idea here. I'm gonna put a bunch of my Yari Ashigaru outside the walls and then just put them in Yari wall formation. And I wonder if they just won't die. Especially because I get to put guns right above them on this platform. So this might just make them incredibly strong. Okay, well, I might not even get the chance to see because everyone is dying before they can even get to these guys. Oh, that actually worked. So my ally has a city down here with no garrison. And by inciting a rebellion, the Christian army should just come in, instantly take it. I can walk in and kill the Christian army, and it's as if I never did anything to my ally at all. But it is also gonna lead to my port getting blockaded by, oh my God, that is a big navy. Well, big navy or not, let's just come kill these Christian rebels because they took over the city of my ally, and now I just get to steal his city for free. Now it's on fire, but I do get it. And there we go. The non-bond quarter is completely done. People are starting to not like me so much, partially because of the whole revolt thing. I mean, this is now Christian rebels. I already spawned some Christian rebels over here last turn. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to spawn some Christian rebels in my allied capital. Yep, 68% chance. That's so silly. And now it's time for that part in the video where I pull the H-bomber guy and reveal it was never about Japan at all, because we're actually playing as Portugal. These units are incredibly good compared to just about anything else we can recruit, and we could also get European cannons at this point, which are equally as ridiculous. Okay, so it looks like the guy to our left just died, which is fantastic. So now all we have is Edo, which is right next to us, and they're at peace. in quotations. So now we just need to fight to get our trade port back, because as soon as we get that back, we can start recruiting our Portuguese tercos again, as well as a couple of non-bond trade ships. And this is what I was dreading. Getting war declared on by Ito, which is, oh, okay, and another war. Maybe I can repair my relationship with Ito by marrying into their family. Will that help me at all? Wait a minute, what happened to my old wife? Okay, I'm actually very confused because I have no one to marry and I'm still with my old wife, so I think we just married off this guy's daughter to a random guy and then said it was our son. And there it is, our first Nabian trade ship. So let's just send this guy all the ways over here to try and attack. They're probably gonna retreat, yes, as they should. All right, let's see if we can get another 92% chance for a revolt. That's insane. Oh, okay, well, I pushed my luck a little too far, and one of my missionaries got executed. Fortunately, there's nothing stopping me from recruiting another one. Well, besides money. Everybody knows the Catholic Church is very expensive. Right, so that was the normal trade ship, which we just recruited over here, and it is extremely weak. It has basically nothing, and what we want to do with this is send it over to a trade area and have it sit there. That'll generate us a ton of money. The Nabian trade ship functions a little bit more similarly, except it also just kills people. So I am not going to let you get away. No, 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 no. And we're just gonna manually fight this so I could show you what the trade ship looks like. So this is a normal trade ship, just a little wooden dinghy that basically just carries cargo from point A to point B and barely has anybody on board. The Nabian trade ship, on the other hand, is this. Something that to the Portuguese is completely expendable and to us is the capital ship of our fleet. It's got 320 guys on it. I'm pretty sure it's got a bunch of Portuguese tercos as well. Yeah, they've all got firearms and things like that on them. But most importantly, it is the only ship that has cannons on it. And one volley and they're already wavering and they'll probably break immediately. Meanwhile, they've got bows and arrows over here. You know, having the cannons is certainly considerably stronger. Oh, we actually captured one of their units. I don't really need it. Good luck swimming back to shore. Well, it seems like marrying their daughter was not the right move. Well, it probably had something to do between that and inciting the Christian rebels that I think took over their capital. Okay, I don't even know who these guys are, but sure, go for it. And now we are just going to take their capital because, you know, Christian rebels. Oh, are you serious? I can auto-resolve this? It's just one trade ship versus a whole fleet. And all I lose is one trade ship. Oh my God, that does not feel right. I love it. All right, this fight, I do not know if we can win because we are vastly outnumbered, outpowered, out everything. They have so much better stuff, but we're on a bridge. Oh, thank goodness for the AI being stupid. So it looks like they're gonna put all their eggs in one basket and just try and bum rush over the bridge, ignoring the convenient other places that they could go over. Nah, it's gotta be the super narrow bridge where I can declare, or I can put 5 groups of archers, 2 groups of gunners, everything possible, just sitting right here waiting for them. All right, I think our Yari Eshigaru are gonna hold here, but there's so many units that are trying to storm this bridge. It's the archers that are the real problem, but I think they're getting caught on each other and they can't quite shoot. At least that's the copium I'm telling myself as I watch this swarm of cavalry just come over this bridge. My God. I mean, the number of corpses I imagine that are under right here is, oh, Jesus, I could just see some of them. Oh, crap. I'm gonna have to send my general in there because, yeah, my units are about to break. Are we actually doing this? Some of their units are starting to break. Their samurai are wavering over here. They're shooting mostly my archers, which is completely fine. And several of my units of Yari Shigaru have fought to the death, which is kind of incredible considering they're supposed to have ridiculously low morale. And now their cavalry are making it through only to be shot in a Napoleonic style. All right, I'm gonna need to send my boat Ashigaru into the melee because my general is down to 10 guys right now, and I don't think he's gonna last a whole lot longer. Oh, crap. All right, this is looking like a bit of a loss because I do not think there's a way that we recover from this. Are we gonna be able to cheese the AI here? They've gotten stuck on the bridge. I don't know why, but if these gunners don't just instantly break, this might lead to something good. There's no way this actually works out, right? They're just letting my gunners fire into them at will, and they're not doing anything about it. Well, it's just time to fast forward then and wait for my guys to run out of ammo, I guess. Okay, so I have no more ammo, but I think I figured out a secondary win condition, and, yeah! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the peak of Total War AI. I may have lost my general, and who's actually my faction leader as well, but fortunately, we do have a pretty good heir on our side, and he's actually going to increase our honor. All right, now all we have to do is just secure the island and fight like a bajillion siege battles. Delta, engage montage mode. All right, so now that I've grinded out a whole bunch of siege battles that I really don't think I deserve to win, we can come down here and use our now repaired big non-bond trade ship to take over a trading spot. Fortunately, these guys really don't have that much here, so we can kind of just attack them and they'll retreat away. But now we can trade with the Indonesian sultanates, which is going to immediately boost our income. So as long as we have trade ships sitting on this spot, which ironically, the non-bond trade ship does count as a trade ship, despite really not being one, we are going to make passive income from all of the trade ships that we have here, and we can do the same with the trading spots all the ways up here, and so on and so forth across this left side of the map. All right, now all you have to do is come over here and take over Hygo, which shouldn't be all that hard. We're just gonna send all of our units to surround it, and that will basically be the entirety of this left side of Japan conquered. Okay, I'm in a siege battle. I did not realize you could put the cannons on here on this little slope. I really hope they're able to actually fire and that one guy standing in front doesn't get completely blown away. Oh my God, they can even point blank. I've got one samurai retainer left. Go get him. Execute their. Oh wait, I think it's their daimyo. Oh, he just did like the, I don't actually know what it's called, but Delta, you know what I'm talking about. Jesus, I lost like everything. I really love it when the AI attacks in with an army that seems like it should beat mine, but no, I have one ship. The trade ship is literally surrounded by all of these different bow ships, and the opinion of the crew is ship winning slightly. This ship is routing. One of the ships surrendered, and then everyone jumped off the boat over here. Yep, there they are. You can just see how much punishment it's taken. Look at all the arrows that are in the side of the ship. I feel like we're never gonna have to make another arrow again because we're just gonna use this to grab all of ours. All right, time for my daimyo's like third marriage or something. Our rivals will tremble when they hear of this agreement. Yeah, dude, marriage is scary. Now will you accept a military access? Okay, no, you'll let me marry your daughter, but military access, that's off the table. Oh, I can pay $500 and get a free group of matchlock samurai. That is, yep, it's literally just samurai with guns. My favorite. They're actually just as expensive as my Portuguese tercos, and yeah, they're not really as good, but I'll take it. Wait, these guys have 15 melee attack? Hold on a second, that doesn't sound right. Jesus, they've straight up got like more stats than any other unit out here. You know, it's fortunate that the AI in Shogun is so bad at the naval battles because they kind of just like sail into rocks and walls. My trade ship sat here for 18 minutes, not firing back, repairing fires, and then all the enemies routed. I don't know how to explain it. Meanwhile, the pride of the Japanese Navy is sitting here in I don't know. You know, I call this a little silly, but then again, we are in the age where the world's richest man is debating a guy who lives in his house and reacts to people reacting to reactions of World of Warcraft. So by comparison, this seems pretty normal. Okay, finally, we've stabilized all of our stuff in the main island. So now we're just gonna start coming over here and, yeah, these guys are just continuously sitting here, demoralizing and inciting rebellions. There's some Christian rebels right there that are chasing these guys around. This city has already fallen to Christian rebels, so I can just walk in and instantly take it. Marriage number 4, baby. And another revolt. I'm actually gonna go and declare peace. peace. I believe some of these guys, yep, this is the guy immediately next to me, and I think I can hopefully get some money out of this. Okay, well, apparently he's okay with me taking about $3,000. That's kind of stupid. Okay, that can't possibly be fair. I spawned the Christian rebels, and they're just, like, inside the settlement. They're gonna take it next turn because there's no garrison. So I've just been inspiring Christian rebels in all of these different cities, and even though we're at peace, I could just walk in and pretty easily take this city because the garrisons for Christian rebels are minuscule, essentially. They don't develop their cities, so they will never actually gain anything. They won't get stronger, and they're neutral to everyone, so I can kill them whenever, and nobody cares. Yes! Oh my god, finally. I've been trying to capture these European traders for so long. Okay, so this is the black ship. Very big, very scary, and we really want to board it so that we get access to it instead of anybody else. I have 3 non-bond trade ships, and I'm still only barely favored. And, okay, there it is, and it's already beginning to fire. The thing is, we have to board this, I believe, and that's kind of going to be the worst part because it has something like 25 cannons comparatively to our non-bonds, which have not nearly as many. Also, I don't know what happened to the 159 crew because, there's only 3 guys. All right, I'm doing my best to try and board, but this thing is demolishing anything that gets near it. It has a whole line of gunners on the one side, but I mean, as long as we can get right up to it, and I don't block myself from actually doing the boarding, Jesus. Oh, wait, it's actually working. All right, I think finally we're gonna be able to board. They've only got 80 guys. They're actually routing already, but, well, I guess that solves that problem. Oh, and there it is. Captured the black ship. So that, oh my, so how much is this upkeep? 1,300. That is the upkeep of more than 4 non-bond trade ships. Also, this thing can sail actually halfway across the world, and it's already used up most of its movement points. Ooh, conflict of beliefs. A man has been found openly speaking of his Buddhist beliefs amongst the good Christian people of this province. We will not stoop to persecuting people for holding beliefs different from our own. Really? Was that not the point? I don't think so. We're getting to the point where we basically monopolized all the trade routes because it just takes 1 non-bond trade ship. And, you know, one of the Japanese factions walking up and going, "Please, sir, could I have some cotton trading, perhaps?" No. Oh, hey, he just tried to kill my, my missionary. That's gotta be some kind of a war crime, right? Yeah, apprehension attempt. I'm pretty sure he would have died in jail, mysteriously, like a Boeing whistleblower. Okay, finally, we have constructed a powder maker, which has required a lot of stuff down the tech tree to get to here, but that is going to allow us to start mass recruiting Portuguese tercos. And mass produce we will do because they cost, I mean, they only cost 165, which sounds like a lot, but that's the same as these Naginata samurai over here. And the tercos have 17 melee attack, which is actually more melee attack than the samurai. I think this picture sums up the entire campaign pretty well. There's an army of Christian rebels, which is actually kind of stacked, marching on this guy's army, and 3 missionaries around it to continuously inspire rebellions because I have already ruined all the land up here and I'm continuing to just bulldoze through people with Christian mercenaries or Christian rebels. It's pretty much the same thing at this point. Oh, hey, someone usurped the shogunate. I mean, you know, that's news, I think. Do I actually care about that? No, because I'm making so much money. Revolts, revolts, revolts. My God, this feels so gross. Oh, wait, they just assassinated my daimyo. And now my wife is taking control, and my heir is only 9 years old. Okay, that's, you know, that's actually kind of bad. All right, nice. And with that, I have just killed all the rest of the pirates. As soon as people abandon these trade posts, I've taken all of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Technically, it looks like we have all of them, but there is one that is all the ways up here, the top right of the map, where they trade iron from this random island. I don't know if I'm gonna get that one. We've essentially got a monopoly anyways. Okay, and now they are starting to slowly kill a lot of my agents, I think. Is it my Christian guys? Actually, only one of them. I still have some of these stupidly high-level guys who just walk in and instantly incite revolts no matter where they are, so doesn't really matter. I didn't realize they made a whole animation for my ninja sneaking into this guy's tent and then just pulling a hitman. Wait, is he gonna drop poison? Oh, I love this so much. So I'm getting an offer for a military alliance. I am in his land right now, destroying everything with Christian rebels, and he still wants to give me money. This entire landscape is all Christian rebels. Christian rebels, 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 rebels. Oh, wait, this is the first time I get to see the black ship actually fully in action. I have no idea why they think they can win this fight, but they're welcome to try. It probably shouldn't surprise anyone that this is not particularly close with the amount of cannons we have. Now, I feel like the best way to end this is to go all the ways to the seat of the Shogun in Kyoto and do what we should have done a long time ago, which is incite. Wait, I actually didn't know that I can't incite a revolt in Kyoto. Well, I'll just do it in the city right now. Which means I'm gonna have to do the next best thing, which is land an invasion force of almost entirely guys with guns and cannons to fight against the samurai who have neither. Try to increase taxes to help the war effort. It has not gone very well. Oh, and now the shogunate wants a peace treaty. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen. Well, I see no other thing to do while I'm surrounded by massive amounts of shogun armies and some Christian rebels. Let's just siege down Kyoto. Oh, whoa, the game does not seem to think I have a chance. And honestly, I'm gonna have to disagree. Oh, Damio, I think you forgot to unmute your headset, dog. Nope, okay, never mind. So as you could probably imagine, Kyoto being the capital of Japan is pretty well defended. It's got a whole bunch of bridges that are mostly the only way in. We can go across the shallow water, but we're not really gonna wanna do that because these walls are gonna be lined with archers. The best part is that we have the European cannons because those should be able to destroy most of the walls. And actually, they can reach all the ways into the main citadel. But the real problem is going to be the reinforcing army. It should show up on the map in just a second. Okay, so it is coming from over here, but as long as we just keep forming the spear wall over here, and plus we have the Terkos who should be able to tear through them if they choose to fire. Oh, okay, I guess these guys are gonna do that. I'm hoping that the cannons are gonna be able to do some decent okay, or completely whiff. Yeah, the cavalry versus the gunners, you know, they're really not that impressive, fortunately. They're also just charging me with warrior monks through the water. Okay, this really can't be a good idea. Although I might be friendly firing my own Yari Ashigaru, so, you know, it might work out for them. This looks so silly. I feel like I'm playing Fall of the Samurai right now. I mean, our army is basically mostly gunners, and we are routing units before they even get to us. All right, that's pretty much everything outside the garrison down. Now, we have to begin the relatively lengthy process of spending all of my cannon ammunition bombarding the fort. And the very last volley. I mean, it didn't do as much damage as I hoped. We took out 2 archery towers, almost got this last one. All right, I'm hoping that we're gonna have enough firepower to slowly take out all of the bow garrisons by just ranking up 3 rows of guys. Oh my God, it's actually kind of working. I mean, they're in a really, really favorable spot, but when there's this many Portuguese gunners sitting outside your house, you really don't stand much of a chance, do you? Okay, they've completely abandoned the walls at this point, although they do have these really, really elite units over here. Oh, no. Please be able to beat these guys. They are I think they're supposed to be like the retainers of Kyoto or something. Thankfully, it doesn't matter because they're massively outnumbered, but I don't think we're gonna be able to beat all of the elite samurai units that are just crammed into the city all around, or at least not in melee. I feel like my biggest mistake is that I only brought like 5 units. I think one of them already died, but only 5 units of melee. Oh wait, I also have the Naginata samurai over here. It's probably not good, but my Ashigaru are less afraid of the enemy general and the hero samurai, but they're more afraid of the Portuguese guys behind them shooting them. The fact that my Terkos are winning in melee, I'm just sending them in to go melee the Yari Ashigaru. Also, there's a bunch of samurai retainers that I think just like got really confused about what they're doing. And, you know, it works really well for me. We do actually kind of have to speed things up because I only have 20 minutes or I'm gonna lose, which is not so great because I don't actually know how many units there are left. It doesn't look like a lot, but okay, I didn't realize they just left all their units out here. I love it when I get to use the defenders' walls because they're trying to re-enter from the outside. I can't explain it. Okay, and now they're going past the gates. Oh my God, we're actually gonna do it. We managed to climb the Terkos all the way to the top, so all I have to do is just take the victory point now. They're warrior monks whom, you know, they should be relatively scary, but against a Portuguese man, I mean, apparently the scariest thing in the world. And there we go. Right after the last warrior monk died, that is a win, somehow. Sure, we did take a couple of casualties, just a few. But all in all, I would call that a pretty massive success. Kyoto, this beautiful city, yeah, we're just, I think we're just gonna loot it. Well, Kyoto is on fire, and there are Christian rebels all around in the landscape. But all in all, I would say this is a big Christian win. If we were to keep going, I would pretty much just bring up some of my armies over here, conquer all of these Christian rebels, and my navy is already essentially unstoppable, but some turns are worse than others in terms of getting raided. Either way, thanks for watching. See ya.